Hello Buddyfight fans, welcome back to another Buddyfight video. Now, today we're going to be unboxing the Buddyfight X Demon Lord Dragon of Tempest starter deck. Now, I'm going to give you guys some of my thoughts really quickly and then we'll open it straight away and talk about some of the cards. First off, this is a starter deck, but it does have some really nice stuff and it's like an intro to the new Thunder Empires. There's also one for the Prism Dragons, which will be in a separate video, which I'll put in the link description below when I do make it. But here it is. It's really good for starters, especially because it's actually a decently powerful deck. We're going to be looking through some of the cards and just, you know, telling you guys what you think. Telling you guys what I think, and I want to hear from you guys what you think of the start deck as well. But basically, it's a really nice deck. It gives you a playmat to get started, a decent deck, complete rule book, and also a comic that you can read to try and learn it better. Now, there's some tape here, so I'm going to see if I can just rip it open. There you go. So, as you see, the contents right here, if I can open this up. As I already said, it's really simple to learn Buddyfight. You can get the hang of it pretty quickly. And in my opinion, it's a pretty simple game. So as you see right here, you have your life counter right there. Gao and Batzz from the Buddyfight X anime. For if you haven't seen it, check it out. Link description below. I'll leave a link to the Future Card Buddyfight channel. But as you see right here, it comes with your deck. There's 50 cards, I'm pretty sure. And what's really nice and what I like about Buddyfight is you really know what you're getting. Because if you look at the packaging right here, you got your nice card, you got the logo and everything. But what's really nice is, as you see right here, I don't know if you guys can see, I'll see if the camera can focus. But there is actually, okay, I'm going to press the button. There's actually a complete list of how many of each card you get in the trial deck. Also gives you a little description, tells you what Future Card Buddyfight is. And this is also a new thing that wasn't there before that I really like that they're doing now. It gives you a rating out of 5 for offense, defense, and technique for the deck, which is really cool. So, only a 2 for technique, only 3 for defense, but the offense is 5 compared to the Prism Dragons, which have much higher defense. So, that's really nice that they're telling you that. But, anyways, let's have a look at the contents. So, we've got, if I can open this up right here, the very nice life counter, as you see. It's exactly the same, I'm pretty sure. It goes up to 12 and goes up to 24 right there. So, in Buddyfight, you start with 10 life, so we're going to put it at 10. If we can, right there. Yeah, there you go. We've got our playmat right here, if I can open this up. I don't know if I'm going to show you guys the same thing. I'll probably, like, cut to some footage or something, or show you guys separately. But here's the field right here. It's basically just folded up, as you see right here. You've got your different monster positions, your deck, the logo up there. You know, the usual one that you would get with any starter deck or trial deck. We've got this other poster here, which is, what is this? This looks new, actually. I haven't seen this. So, this is like a little promo. Is this a, what is this? Okay, if I can open this up. Oh, geez, it's stuck together. Geez, it ripped. Okay, and we've got a little comic right here. So, here's the comic that I was trying to animate. They basically made it just so you can read it and figure out how to play Buddyfight. So, this is a new thing. It's really cool. And then we've also got some tips and tricks on the cards and how to play your deck and how to use it. So that's really cool as well. You know, giving you some little strategies and how to play the game. So this is like, here's, what's it called? MBS My Buddy Sheet to teach you how to play. So you can use this, which is really nice, a referral to you, especially if you're new to the game. This is super helpful and I really like the comic. So, anyways, let's move on to the cards. So, the cards, we've got Batzz right here up front, if I can open this. I think I'm going to need a scissors or something. Okay, can I pull this off? There you go. Okay, so, let's have a look at the contents right here. Scrolling through, as you see, there's a combination of monsters and spells and everything. For those who do not know, basically the, what's it called? If I can remember. I can't talk. I can't talk. The main idea of Buddyfight is that you are the fighter and you're calling your monsters to fight. So, basically, the monsters are like your thunder, like your empire, or the monsters you fight aside, and you can equip an item and pretend that you are fighting as well. So, it's a really simple deck. So we got the Dragon World flag right there, your usual Dragon World flag. We've got, if the camera will focus, Resurrected Arc Dragon bots right here. Pay 1 gauge. During your turn, this card in the field cannot be destroyed. So, basically, counterattack, abilities that can destroy him with effects. He can't be destroyed during your turn only. And then at the beginning of your attack phase, if you have item quit, it gets double tank. And if you have 4 life or less, destroy a monster on your opponent's field. So it can help clear a monster in your opponent's field and still have some good offense. And during your turn, this card cannot be destroyed. It's a really, really good effect. And it's unique to bots currently. So yeah, really powerful card right there. There's a foil version, which I would assume would make your buddy. You've got four other copies of him, so you'd make him your buddy monster. So basically, if you call your buddy, you get to gain a life as well. So that's why you'd want to have as many copies of him in the deck as possible. And again, he's got a great effect. We've got the foil version of Thunder Sword X Tempest Blade. Basically, impacts are like the main reason for Buddyfight, or at least the main reason for me that I got in, especially in the anime. They do a really great job of, how do I say this, of linking the anime and the cards together. And the impacts are basically during your turn. You have this one phase before your turn ends called Final Phase, and you can play an impact and defeat your opponent or do any extra stuff. There's also impact monsters from last season. So yeah, it's a really cool way just to finish off your opponent, and the artwork for the impact cards are really, really cool. So we've got impact right there if you meet the requirements. I'll show you guys right here if the camera will focus. Hopefully it is. You can only cast this card if your opponent has 4 life or less, and your cards have attacked 2 or more times this turn. A link attack only counts as 1 attack. Cast cost pay 4 gauge and deal 4 damage. So if your opponent's at 4 life, you can use this card, pay 4 gauge, deal 4 damage, or you can use it mid-game. Then we've got 4 copies of Captain of the Cavalry Dragon, Kago Blide right here. So 2 gauge to call. He's got double attack, meaning he can attack twice. Pretty self-explanatory. If you have an item equip, it gets critical plus 2. Critical plus 1. Jeez, I can't read. So if he has critical 3 and can double attack, that's a total of 6 damage if you can land all your hits. So he is a size 3, and for those who do not know or are new to Buddyfight, you can only have a total size of up to 3 on your field. So, you know, I don't know if there's any, I don't think there are any size 0s in this deck. I didn't actually look at this before making the video. Yeah, there's some size, there's Hector right here that's size 0. But that's about it. So you can have size 3 and 0s on the field, but again, a max of only size 3. So yeah, we got 4 copies of him right there for some nice offense. And he's also got decent power and defense, 7,000 power, 7,000 defense. I forgot to mention this, but that's the critical, the amount of damage you deal if you land your hit, power, and defense. So we got, this card has a move ability. Basically, before your opponent's attack phase, if I remember correctly, you can move your monster to the center or to an open spot on the field. Usually, you'd want to move it to your center so you can protect yourself, have a little bit of offense and defense for the card. So, we've got, if I can talk, Blusterous Brat Roller, 5,000 power, 5,000 defense, critical to size 2 monster. We've only got 3 copies of him, but he's still a really cool looking monster, and of course, he's got the move ability for that offense and defense. We've got Frontline Blacksmith Rectangle right here, who has another special ability called Penetrate. And what it does, it tells you on the card it tells you on the card as well what the ability does, if you guys can see it. But basically, when it destroys a monster in your opponent's center, you get to deal damage equal to its critical. Has 5,000 power, 2,000 defense, and also has an extra ability. When this card enters the field, you may equip a Thunder Empire item for your drops without paying its equip cost. And for items like, let's say, this card, for example, this card has no equip cost, so you basically don't have to pay anything to equip it. So, we've got 2 copies of him right there. Very nice offensively, and can also help you get your item out. We've got 4 Ring Blade Wielder Ring, your regular monster. It looks really cool, though. Has 5,000 power, 1,000 defense, critical 2. You know, your size 1 monster to pair it with some size 2s, and of course to take out your opponent deals some extra damage. So critical 2 is your average critical for size 1s. Again, this card, Lance Knight Deckgun, is actually not bad because if you have an item equip, this card gets 3,000 power, and especially against Prism Dragons that have really high defense, if you're facing like a really good opponent or they have a really good hand, they can get up to like 10,000 power. So this card is super useful. Sorry if I can talk. Just because it's a size 1, you can have other size 2s or other monsters on the field as well. But he still has that really high power, which can be really, really helpful. So, if you have an item equipped, you can get up to plus 3,000 power, getting a total of 7,000 power. So, you got 2 of him right there, critical 2, so you still get some good damage. We've got 4 copies of, if I can say the name, Monohorn Dragon Kornos right here. So, critical 2, your decent, regular stuff. And what's card in this field, for this turn, a card in your field gets power plus 2,000. You can use this effect on your items as well, so you're basically getting more power, having to deal if you want to clear your opponent's center, and of course get to dealing more damage, because that's the main, if I can remember and talk, the main main strategy of Thunder Empire. Sorry guys, I can't talk today. So basically, with Thunder Empires, you're supposed to be rushing your opponent. So again, more power means you can clear out the center easier. So we've got 4 copies of a size 0 right here. Replenisher Hector right here. When this card enters the field, if you have Thunder Empire item equipped, put the top card deck into your gauge. And by the way, by Thunder Empire, it means by the attribute, if you can see it right there. So, you know, not the greatest of stats. It is a size 0, but you can still get the extra gauge, which can be pretty helpful. So we got 3 copies of him right there. We've got Destroy X Thunder, 3 copies of it. You only cast a card if you have a Thunder Empire on your field. Pay 1 life, destroy a monster in your opponent's field. So basically helpful for clearing some monsters, especially if you need to get below life, for example, because Batz's ability, you need to have less than 4 life. So if you're at 5 life and your opponent has a monster on the field, you can use this card, get your life down to 4, so you can use his ability, get that double attack, but also destroy a monster in your field at the same time. Because Thunder Empires work better when their life are low for some cards, especially the bots. So yeah, we got 3 copies of those right there. Really good for taking out your opponent's monsters, like Miseria. We've got 2, a Distinguished Replenisher. It's a spell right here that gives you 3 gauge and 1 life, but you need to have a Thunder Empire in your field to get it. Again, getting more gauge so you can call your monsters and equip your items, but also using your impact as well. So we got 2 copies of that right there. Plus you get that extra 1 life. Thunder X Energy, your classic Draco energy for Dragon World, except for Thunder Empires. You get 3,000 power, 3,000 defense, and counterattack. So basically, if you need more power, you need more power to take down your opponent's monsters, you need more defense to keep your life points alive, and also the counterattack ability, which it also says on the card as well. If it stays on the field, choose a monster to attack with defense less than or equal to this monster's power and destroy it. So we got 4 copies of that right there. We've got your classic shields from Dragon World. 2 blue dragon shields can nullify attack if you meet the requirements, don't have monster center. Nullify attack, top card deck engaged. We got 2 of those right there. We got 4 green dragon shields, so you can gain your nullify attacks and gain a life. So only 6 nullify cards in the deck, but it is a pretty small deck. We've got 2 electric spears right here. Pay 1 gauge to equip. If you have 2 or more Thunder Emperor monsters in your field, this card gets penetrate. So you have 5,000 power, critical of 2, but yeah, so basically with the penetrate, you can take down your opponent's monster in the center while dealing damage as well. So, you know, you can deal more damage with your, while being able to take out your opponent's monsters at the same time. It is 1 gauge to equip, but still not a bad card. So we got 2 copies of those right there. We've got Arc Dragon Dagger right here. Only a critical 2 and some low power, only 3,000, but it's really nice to have just because if there's no equip cost, and you know, it's a good starter item. It's not the best item obviously, but it's still not bad. And also, if I didn't explain this before, just a little summary of like how to play Buddy Fight. If you have a monster in your center, you cannot attack with your item. So basically, as you see on the mat right here, if I move this to the side, this is a Buddy Fight playmat right here. So your life counter would go here, your flag would go here, your buddy monster, which I'm gonna make bots, would go right here, and you would equip your item by putting it on top of the flag, and then you'd have your monster here on your left and right, so you can attack. There are some items that have the abilities that can attack when you have some monster in your center, but only some cards have that ability. Dragon World does not. So we've got 2 more of the impacts, bringing a total of 3 impacts in total. So that is it for this review, guys. Sorry that I wasn't able to talk and remember stuff, but the cards do look really good. Obviously, they're not the best Thunder Empires out there, but it's still a really great start deck and has some good offense, especially the bots, which is really nice because I didn't pull one. But yeah, it's a really nice deck to have. Like, even if you're just a collector, like having that special bots, like I understand some people don't really care about some of the cards here, but some of these can actually be pretty useful. And if you guys want to see a buddy fight between this deck and this Prism Dragon start deck, which I'm going to make a review on right after I finish recording this, please tell me in the comment section below. But yeah, guys, please tell me, I know I'm repeating myself here, what you think of this deck right here and the cards. In my opinion, it's actually not too bad of a deck, just because of the bats and some other cards, and it's really great for learning the game for the first time. So yeah, I'm still having the packaging and everything just lying around. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this review. If you do, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Please tell me in the comments below what you guys think. And if you did get this start deck, well, enjoy Buddy Fight, try it out. It's actually not that bad. Like, I understand it's not a competitive deck, but it's still really cool and has some really useful cards, especially if you're new to the game, and I keep repeating myself. But anyways, guys, This is Jay signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and have a Batzz-tastic day.